There's just something about finding like a hidden swimming hole here in West Virginia. It's
Mhm.
that feeling, right? That you've discovered some secret place somewhere pristine and perfect for escaping,
Mhm.
getting away and connecting with nature.
Oh, absolutely. I think it taps into something we all crave, that urge to explore, and then that amazing feeling when you find something special, a hidden gem, something off the beaten path.
Yeah.
It's more than just a way to cool down, I think. It's the adventure of getting there, the whole experience of discovery.
Right, right. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We were inspired by a recent blog post on, well, our blog, the West Virginia Media Lab blog.
Oh, right.
It's called The Wonder of the Water, WV's Secret Swimming Spots.
Okay, yeah.
And we thought, why not take a closer look at some of these, hidden swimming spots all over our beautiful state?
Yeah, let's do it.
So for all of you listening, if you're a little tired of the same old crowded swimming areas and you're looking for something unique, a little different, well, this is the conversation for you.
Yeah, we want to give everyone a good feel for what makes these places so special. A little glimpse into these beautiful, sometimes wild corners of West Virginia.
Yeah, exactly. So ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Okay, great. The first spot we're going to highlight is Blue Bend. It's in Greenbrier County. Have you ever been there?
I haven't, but it looks amazing in the pictures.
It really does.
It's located in the Monongahela National Forest along Anthony Creek, and the blog post describes its pool as, well, downright dreamy. And it's this emerald blue.
Oh, wow.
I wonder what makes it that color.
I was thinking the same thing. It's probably the way the light interacts with, the stuff in the water, like the minerals.
Yeah,
This is that unique hue.
right. And it mentions that it has a sandy bottom, too, which is a big plus for a lot of people. Makes getting in and out of the water easier.
Definitely. I always prefer a sandy bottom over, rocks.
Oh, yeah.
The blog also talks about the Stone Bridge vibe of the area. What do you think that means?
I think it's probably referring to the natural rock formations around the pool and maybe some, stones placed there by people over the years, like a little bridge or something.
Right, right.
It just adds to the overall look.
Yeah.
Makes it feel like a natural oasis.
Like it was meant to be there.
Exactly. And it's super accessible, too. There are picnic tables nearby.
Oh, nice. So you can make a day of it.
Absolutely.
Sounds perfect for families.
Oh, yeah. It's described as suitable for wading and floating, so everyone can enjoy it no matter their swimming skills.
That's great. What do you think makes a place like Blue Bend especially good for families?
Well, first, the gentle water and the sandy bottom, of course,
Right.
but also the easy access, plus having picnic tables so you can, eat and relax.
That's important.
Yeah. It makes things less stressful for families, especially with little kids. The shallow areas are perfect for them to play in safely, while the deeper sections are good for, more experienced swimmers.
I like that.
And you can always find some shade to get out of the sun.
That's a must, especially with kids.
Plus, there are campsites nearby.
Yeah.
So you could even stay for the whole weekend.
Ooh, like a mini vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Immerse yourself in nature.
I love it. Okay, let's move on to our next location, shall we?
Yeah.
This one is Glade Creek Falls in Raleigh County.
Okay.
Now, this spot, it requires a bit more effort to get to.
Really?
Yeah, it's about a 2.5-mile hike.
Wow.
But, the blog post says it's so worth it. So what makes it so special?
Well, not only is there this amazing waterfall and the pool it creates, but the hike itself is beautiful.
Oh, cool.
The trail follows Glade Creek, so you're surrounded by forest the whole way.
That sounds peaceful.
Yeah, you really get to experience the sounds and the sights of the creek, and it builds anticipation for the falls.
I can imagine.
And then when you arrive, the pool is surrounded by these huge boulders. It gives you this feeling of seclusion, of tranquility that you don't always find at those easily accessible spots.
You really feel like you've earned it.
Absolutely. You've earned that view and that refreshing water.
I like that. A waterfall-fed pool surrounded by boulders. It's like something out of a movie.
Right. It's wild and beautiful.
Perfect place to disconnect.
Yeah, and really feel like you're in nature. Compared to a more, I guess, social spot, Glade Creek Falls is more for people who want to be alone with their thoughts.
Definitely.
The hike itself kind of filters out the casual crowds.
Right. Not everyone wants to hike that far.
Yeah, exactly. And the sound of the waterfall creates this peaceful white noise. It's very calming.
I could use some of that right now.
And the vastness of nature all around you, it encourages, introspection, quiet contemplation. You can really escape from all the noise and business of everyday life.
Yeah, I get that.
And the blog mentions it's great for picnics. So you can take your time, savor the tranquility.
Very nice. And just a quick reminder from the blog, wear water shoes.
Good tip. Those rocks can be slippery.
Okay, let's travel to Webster County now. We're going to Holly River State Park to a place called Shoop's Shoot.
Shoot Shoot. Interesting name.
The blog describes it as having a John Denver-esque vibe.
Okay, now what does that mean?
To me, it means it embodies that classic West Virginia beauty, wild, natural, maybe even a little bit rugged.
Mm-hmm.
And the blog describes Shoop's Shoot as, get this, a natural water slide.
A water slide. Wow.
Yeah, it's formed by this narrow gorge that leads into a cold, deep pool.
Wow.
It sounds pretty amazing.
It does. And geologically speaking, it's fascinating how water can carve out these gorges over time,
Yeah.
creating those unique features.
It's like nature's playground.
Right.
And it's located in Holly River State Park, which is often called, the park's best-kept secret.
I've heard that.
So it adds to that feeling of, discovering something truly special. What makes Holly River State Park stand out, do you think?
Well, it has this incredibly diverse ecosystem. It's got old-growth forests, all kinds of terrain, and tons of streams and waterfalls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's a bit more remote, which contributes to its best-kept secret status, meaning fewer crowds.
That's always a plus.
Definitely. And the blog mentions that it has excellent backcountry trails.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you can really explore beyond the main attractions, really get into the heart of the park's natural beauty.
Sounds perfect for those who, want a bit of adventure with their swim.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's head north now. We're going to Preston County to a spot called the Blue Hole. It's on the Cheat River.
Okay.
This one's a little different. It's described as being more social.
Oh.
Yeah. The blog makes it sound like a popular spot for locals to gather.
I see.
It's close to Kingwood, and it's known to be a favorite among college students.
Oh, wow.
And even some adventurous grandparents.
Good for them.
It's got that social and sunny vibe,
Yeah.
Just a classic summer swimming hole where people hang out, swim, and have fun together.
I like that. Social and sunny sounds perfect for a group outing.
It does, doesn't it? But the blog does have a warning about a rope swing there.
Oh.
What are your thoughts on rope swings at swimming holes?
Well, they're fun.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely add to the adventure. But we have to be honest, they can be dangerous too.
Right.
If they're not inspected regularly or used properly, people can get hurt. So I think it's good that the blog mentions it with a warning. It reminds people to be cautious and check the swing before using it.
Absolutely. Safety first.
Always.
Okay, our next stop is Dunloop Falls in Fayette County.
Okay.
Now, this one is described as more of a soak than a swim.
What does that mean?
Well, apparently the waterfalls there create these shallow pools.
Okay.
So it's not really for, swimming laps or anything. It's more about just immersing yourself in the cool water.
Soaking it all in.
Exactly. It might be perfect for those who prefer a more gentle experience,
Right. Or those who just want to enjoy the water without having to go all the way in.
And I bet the sound of the cascading water is really relaxing.
Oh, yeah. Very peaceful.
The blog emphasizes its peaceful and photogenic atmosphere. What makes a place like this so appealing to photographers?
I think it's the combination of the moving water, the way the light plays on the falls and the rocks, and the lush surroundings. It's all very visually appealing. And the shallow pools create these beautiful reflections. Plus, the textures of the water and rocks offer so many opportunities for capturing unique images.
Interesting.
And its location near the New River Gorge, which is another incredibly scenic area, makes it a convenient stop for photographers exploring that region.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
The blog post has this great line, pack a book and read with your feet in the water. You'll feel like a Thoreau with better snacks.
I love that.
It really captures that feeling of, peaceful immersion in nature.
Absolutely. That desire to be present, slow down, and just appreciate the simple things. But with better snacks, of course.
Of course. Now, beyond these specific locations, the blog post talks about the joy of going off the map, finding those hidden gems.
Right.
What are some of the rewards and challenges of seeking out these unlisted swimming spots?
I think the biggest reward is that feeling of discovery. Like you found this special place that's not overrun with people.
That's a good feeling.
These off-the-map spots often offer a more, raw and untouched experience of nature.
I agree.
But the challenges can include accessibility. Some of them require difficult hikes or navigating unmarked paths.
Right.
And safety can be a concern since these spots might not be maintained or monitored regularly. And it's really important, as the blog emphasizes, to respect the environment and the local communities when visiting these less-known areas.
Absolutely. Why is that so crucial, especially for those more secluded spots?
Well, these places are often pristine because they haven't been heavily trafficked.
All right.
If people start behaving irresponsibly, it can damage the environment quickly.
Yeah.
Impacting the water, the plants, the wildlife.
It would be a shame to ruin them.
It would.
Mm-hmm.
And respecting the wishes of the locals is also important. These communities often cherish these places and might be worried about too many visitors.
Right.
It's about being a responsible steward of these natural treasures.
I like that, being a steward.
Yeah.
And the blog ends with a beautiful thought. It says, "The joy isn't just in the water, it's in the wandering, the detours, the discovery."
It's so
It
true.
really emphasizes that the adventure is part of what makes these experiences so memorable.
Definitely. Finding these hidden gems, overcoming those little challenges along the way, and then finally arriving. It's a much richer, more meaningful experience than just going to a well-known, easily accessible spot.
I think so too. So as we wrap up our exploration of these West Virginia swimming holes, what's the one thing you hope listeners take away from this conversation?
Well, I hope it's the idea that West Virginia offers some truly incredible opportunities to explore nature. And that sometimes going beyond the familiar can lead to really rewarding experiences.
That's a good takeaway.
But also, that with that opportunity comes responsibility.
Right. To respect the environment and local communities.
Exactly.
Well said. And for those listening, we hope this conversation has inspired you to, maybe look beyond the usual swimming spots and maybe embark on your own little adventure
Yeah.
to discover some of West Virginia's hidden aquatic treasures
There's a whole world out there waiting to be discovered.
right here in our state.
It makes you wonder, what other amazing natural wonders are hidden in West Virginia, just off the beaten path?
That's a good question.
What other secrets are waiting to be discovered?
For those willing to look.
Exactly.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. The West Virginia Media Lab is all about celebrating our state and its people, businesses, stories, news, and folklore. If you love West Virginia like we do, be sure to comment below, then subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay connected. Until next time, stay wild, wonderful, West Virginia.